Hi guys, I looked online, couldn't find a link with a video to change the front headlamps on an Audi A4. This is the S V8 4.2 Avant. I don't suppose it makes any difference. They're all a bit of a nightmare to get into. Most things I've researched said that the front bumper needed to be dropped out, but I've just done both my near side and off side without dropping the bumper. I thought I'd share some of the little tips on how I did that. This one, I went to Halfords, to be fair, and these are the replacements. They're the D1S's. There's two different types. I think there's a D1S and there's a D3S, I think, but these ones here, this is a 2005 Audi A4, so these ones are the D1S's. Obviously, first things first, guys, the connection for the main electrics, disconnect that. There's high voltage involved, so safety first, just disconnect those straight off the bat. So on the near side here, so near side UK, passenger side, relatively straightforward. There's a reservoir that you can see here, that just you've got to take two bolts out. There's one bolt in here, there's another bolt that's hidden in here. I had to remove, there's a bonnet rubber that just kind of flips in here, so you can't actually see that until you remove that. There's also these electrical cables that are here. This bracket is a steel bracket, and all I've done is just push that slightly out the way and it'll bend back in here again. But yeah, this bracket here, all the reservoir is you just fiddle about with it, and it'll come up and twist to the side, and that's it there. I'll just turn that so you can see it. So that just twists and turns out the way, and you can get into the back of the bulb holder, which is, you can see that the silver box looking thing, that is the back of your xenon bulb in there. There's a backing plate that goes in there. There's two screws to that. What I used for that is just a linkage arm, simple little quarter drive linkage arms, and all I've used for all of this is an extension bar, a bunch of torque bits, quarter drive, and a couple of screwdrivers. That's it, don't need anything more than that. So yeah, essentially this reservoir here, just turn it, twist it, turn it, gets out of the way, you can get your hand in. It is tight, it is a bit of a nightmare. There's a little connection here, a little snap connector here. I disconnected that as well. Maybe it's not on your car, but it helped me get into the back of there. I also slackened off the head unit here as well. You can see that there. So there's the one bolt that just goes in here. There's this little chute in here. You needed quite a long Torx for that, and there's one in here, and you can see just in there. Allows the headlight just to move a little bit, which is allows you to get into the back of that. So that's the near side. Moving along to the off side, or the driver's side, in the UK. To be fair, this is your nightmare. Taking your filter box completely out is the only way to get into the back. There's your back there. You'll see the cover onto there. All I did was take this off, two screws there and there, and the actual main cowl, which sits into here and over there. You can split your intake just by these two screws here. There's one here and there's one under the underside there. Just use an extension bar to torque in there. remove that, pull that whole thing, and prise it. These are just on little rubbers, so these all just move out the way quite easily. I did take this electrical cable off here. There's two little, I can see if I can get a shot of it, two little electrical, but there's little clips that go in here and here. Just prise them up with a flat bladed screwdriver. There's two other connections. There's this one here, and that's just a push together, so you just push those two together and pull it off. And then the nightmare one, which took a bit of work, is this one down here. It is plastic, it's hard plastic with a rubber surround to it. Relatively easy to get off. I just got a screwdriver down there and sort of prized it back, but to get it back on was a bit of an issue. There's a little clip in here. There's a center to it that comes out, so you take the center out and then that allows that to come out. And at the bottom of the box, you obviously take the lid off. There's two screws, one just here and one on the other side, and it's on a hinge, so you just fold that forward and that comes out. Your filter housing inside. There's a back clip that you also need to take off, which is just there, so you just again pull that off. The actual filter box itself, fairly loose, and there's two feet that just sit, two rubberized kind of feet that sit into there, so you just need to pull the whole filter box, this whole filter box, just pull it up, and then you can lift it out and push it over onto here. There is a connection there for there's a little wee sort of paddle damper that goes into the bottom here, so I didn't disconnect that. I think the connection for it is down the back there somewhere, but it doesn't need it, and then that allows you to get into the back and you can do your change there. There's also, obviously, there's your electrical cable just in there. Do disconnect that before touching the back of that unit. There is a big sign, big hazard sign here, and I believe you me, nobody wants to get zapped. But yeah, that's how I did it without taking the front of the bumper off. It didn't take me too long to do. You have to have relatively small hands and a lot of patience. Lots of swearing ensues, but if you've got the time and you don't want to pay a garage hundreds of pounds to do it for you and dropping your bumper, that's the way to do it. Cheers.